You know how one tiny word in a text message can just throw everything off? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to tackle three super common but super tricky words: almost, probably, and definitely. And it all kicks off with a story that I bet is going to feel a little too real.
So picture this. It all starts with a text. Your buddy, let's call him John, he's running late. His friend Clara texts him, the classic, "Are you coming?" And John shoots this message back: "I'm almost coming." Seems fine, right? Harmless enough? But oh no. The reply he gets back tells a completely different story.
Yup, this is what she sent back. Just 3 question marks. That's it. And John, he is totally baffled. He knows he said something weird, but for the life of him, he can't figure out what. And come on, if you've ever been in John's shoes, you know exactly how frustrating that feeling is.
So here's the thing. John's mistake? It is so common. See, he was trying to use almost to talk about his plan to come, his intention. But a native speaker hears that and thinks he's talking about his location, like physically. To them, "I'm almost coming" means I'm literally right around the corner, which of course made 0 sense because he was still sitting at home. This little mix-up, it points to a massive misunderstanding of how these words actually work. Okay, so this is the absolute key to everything. You have to understand that almost, probably, and definitely, they aren't just, different levels of the same thing. They're not a scale from 1 to 10. They are 3 totally different tools for 3 totally different jobs. And I promise, once you realize you've been trying to use a hammer when you really needed a wrench, it all starts to click.
So, how do we make this super clear? Well, for the rest of our time here, we're going to lean on one simple metaphor. I want you to get this image in your head. We're calling it the finish line rule. Just imagine you're running a race. Seriously, this one idea is going to unlock the right word for you every single time. Let's just boil it down to the core difference. Almost, that's all about how close you are, your position. Probably, that's about how likely something is. It's a prediction. And definitely, well, that's about how sure you are. It's certainty. So just think, closeness, likelihood, and certainty. 3 completely different things.
And here is our finish line rule in action. See, with almost, you can practically see the finish line. You're right there. You're physically close. It's all about your position. Now, probably, that's like you're running, but it's super foggy. You think the finish line is up ahead, you're predicting it, but you can't be 100% sure. And definitely, you've already crossed the line. The race is done. It's a fact.
All right, so we've got our guiding rule. Now let's really zoom in and put each of these words under the microscope. See how they actually play out in the real world.
Almost is really all about getting close to some kind of boundary. I mean, think about it. A near miss, right? I almost forgot. You were close to forgetting, but you didn't. Or nearing completion. I'm almost done. You're right up against that finish line. It also works great with these total words like almost everyone, meaning you're close to the total number of people. And of course, time. It's almost 5 o'clock. You're close to that exact moment.
Okay, now check this out. This is where it gets really interesting. Look at the power of where you put this word. On the left, you've got, "I almost failed all my classes." That's a good thing. It means you passed everything. Whew, was a close call. But now, just shift that one little word over. Look at the right. "I failed almost all my classes." The meaning completely flips on its head. Now it means you failed most of them. Wild, right?
All right, let's switch gears to probably and definitely. The best way to get this is to think of them on a confidence meter. You've got maybe, which is a true 50-50 coin toss. But here's the key. Probably is not 50-50. It's a strong lean. Think like 75%, maybe even higher. You're predicting a yes, but you're leaving just a little wiggle room. And definitely, push, that's 100%. Locked in, no doubt about it.
And that difference in confidence, it creates what's basically a social promise. When you tell someone, "I'll probably come," you're basically leaving the exit door open. It's a soft commitment, right? But the second you say, "I'll definitely come," whoa, that door is now locked and shut. You've made a firm promise, and you better believe people are counting on you.
Hey, and here's a quick little pro tip for you, just to help you sound more natural. In everyday casual chat, native speakers, we almost never say probably. We kind of get lazy and just chop out that middle part. It gets shortened down to 2 syllables, probably. So you'd say something like, "She'll probably be late." It seems like a tiny change, but trust me, it makes a huge difference in sounding fluent.
Okay, we've covered the theory, we've got our finish line metaphor down, now it's time for the fun part.
Let's put it all together and see how this works in some real-world situations. This is where it's really going to start to click for you. Okay, let's imagine a work scenario. Your boss comes up and asks, "Hey, is that report done?" Saying it's almost done is a great answer. Perfect. It tells them your position. You're right near the finish line. It's definitely done is also great. It's a simple fact. But look at the one to avoid. It's probably done. Why is that so weird? Because it sounds like you're guessing about your own work, like you can't remember if you did it or not. It's just bizarre. So yeah, when you're talking about your own tasks, stick with almost or definitely.
All right, pop quiz time. Ready? You see this sentence, almost people like pizza. Something's wrong there, right? Based on what we just talked about, how would you fix that?
You got it. You'd say, almost everyone likes pizza. Remember that rule? Almost needs one of those total words to hook onto, like everyone, all, or everything.
Okay, one more. Let's tackle another one that trips people up all the time. How would you fix this sentence, I'm not probably going? It sounds a little clunky, doesn't it?
The right way to say that is, I'm probably not going. The prediction, which is probably, almost always goes right before the not. It's one of those little grammar rules that makes a huge difference in sounding natural. So we have been through a lot, haven't we? But if you're going to walk away from this and only remember one thing, one single idea, what should it be? What's the one thought that ties this whole shebang together?
It's this one phrase, almost looks at your feet, probably and definitely look at the horizon. Just let that sink in for a second. Almost is about right here, right now. It's your current position. But probably and definitely, they're all about looking forward to the future, making a prediction or a promise. So, to wrap it all up in a neat little bow, almost is your position on the track. Probably is your forecast for the future. And definitely, that's your promise about the future. You remember those three things, and you are never going to mix these up again.
And that brings us all the way back to our friend John and his super confusing text. So what should he have said? What was the fix? Well, instead of talking about his position with I'm almost coming, he just needed to make a prediction about the future. A simple text like, hey, I'll probably be a little late, that would have made perfect sense. No confusion, no question marks. Just clear communication. And there you have it. So before you go, I want you to think about it for yourself. Which of these words was giving you the most trouble before today? Was it that tricky placement of almost? Or maybe the social promise that comes with probably? Or that locked-in feeling of definitely? Figuring out your own personal hang-up, that's really the last step to mastering these for good. Thanks for hanging out with me.